for us, it's important to recognize that in seasons, there's these ups and downs. And right now, we're in a tough period where it seems like the margins are so thin and we're not able to sway it in our favor. And in those tough times, scoring the first goal, it would be so helpful just to give you some breathing room. Scoring goals would be helpful to give and just it's been hard to come by. So, look, we think that with just a few points coming into the night, we were at the same pace as last year. We were on 22 points at the very same stage last year. So we were hoping that we'd do what we did last year, which was hit it with a 9-point, 3 in a row. But the break comes at a good time. We take a step back. We look hard. We stick together. We have a process. We have a way of working. Nights like this at home, again, to lose is really disappointing for the locker room. That puts an awful lot into it. And for our fans, that came out in big numbers again. So, listen, we're not going anywhere. We have a lot to play for. So much of the season left, let's say half a season. Lots of home games coming up. So we just got to get back to work. But after the break, we'll get ready to go.
Coach Mitchell Carroll with Commerce City Radio. You seem to have a pretty positive mindset after back-to-back home shutouts like that. Is that the feeling in the locker room that you're getting from the players or from staff that is, hey, this is just a bump in the road, or is there any frustrations going on with the run of performances of late?
Yeah, we're pissed. So if my opening statement seemed like I'm positive, I'm a positive guy, but no, I'm hurting right now. I empty my tank every day for our fans, for the people who work for our club, for the players, for the families, for Drew Moore. There's a lot on the shoulders that I can sit back on nights that we win and just appreciate that everyone can take part in that. So the good thing is that we have a culture here that we expect to win every single game, home and away. So we are disappointed. We are frustrated is an emotion that I'm not sure. I'm not frustrated. The players might be, because that's a natural emotion when you're not getting the results, but. We have a lot to play for, Mitch. So it's we know what we're looking at. I mean, we give up, I think, 6 shots to a good team, right? It's a team that's at a potent attack. Not many teams have a front four like that. So it's just that you gotta sway the margins, whether nick a set piece, put out a fire in transition. So I know that our guys they're pushing hard, like Hoffa's back now minutes. Sam Vine's got himself going. We got Cole Bassett out there, so we're our best stuff's yet to come.
Chris, Matthew Wick with Pitcast. You talked about set pieces. Tonight's stats look like 14 shots, including 9 corners and 7 crosses. What's it going to take to get one of those in the back of the net? I've seen in training you score them in clips. Is it just snake bitten? Are you relying on the metrics, the film?
It's all of it. There's nights you hit the post. There's nights like tonight. We thought might have been 2 penalties on one play. Kudi Petro's in the box. He gets run over. When you look on the replay, we think it's a penalty. Ali Laraz picks up the same ball and he gets knocked down. The goal they score, it's a long ball. Rafa heads it and gets knocked over by the center back. We think it's a foul. These margins are thin. So, again, MLS is a tough league. Orlando's center backs, the team's been together for quite some time. And it's, so what will it take to score the goal? I mean, Georgie gets in. Galesi makes a really good save. Hoffa gets a header. I think goalkeeper makes a really good save. So it's, those things can sway little margins here, a little left, little right. But against good teams, right, we all know, especially if you go down a goal, delivering the right passes in the right moments. You can see it's just not sharp enough. Some of these little transition moments, the ball's behind Cole Bassett, and he's trying to get his feet arranged. Listen, some of it's technique, some of it's a little stress that it just will take a few moments that changes it, and I think the goals are going to start coming for us.
Hi, Chris. Keith Richards, Team NBS Media. Josh Tencio subbed off again. I know a couple weeks ago you say he had some issues with back tightness. I'm sorry, I should have looked this up before, but I don't think he's played a full 90 since he's been here yet. Is it an issue with fitness? Is it tactical? Or what is it going to take to have him play a full 90?
Well, tonight it wasn't for his back or cramping, which the previous two games were. Tonight was we're trying to spark it. Kevin Cabral's a sub that we couldn't use from a stomach illness, so we couldn't bring him on. But we're starting to look now. It's a couple of games in a row. We haven't had the goals, so now when you look at the bench, of course, we bring in Cole Bassett and Calvin. Sam Bassett comes in. We're chasing the game. We leave our strikers on, both of them, right? Yappy close to the end. And now you're saying it's not coming. So you either continue on, let's say with Josh. And I thought he had he was a presence in there. Broke up a lot of plays, aerial duels. He battled. But now we have Connor Ronan, who can, when you're facing a low block, he's a terrific deliverer of the ball. Fresh legs, fresh energy. So we're just trying to spark it. So that was just a tactical, just get fresh guy out there, Connor Ronan, hungry guy that can maybe finish one of our attacks.
Brady Nurse with the Denver Post. I think one of the margins, especially in these last couple games, have been block shots, 5 in each of the past 2 games. Just, is there something that these two teams have done well defensively to kind of close out, or is there something that offensively you can improve on to get better looks maybe without someone in the way?
Yeah, I mean, Orlando is a team that went deep last year, I believe, right? They're into the playoffs. They're a good team, and they have center backs that defend the goal well, and a team that plays with a lot of intensity, and they defend with numbers, and especially when they're a counterattacking team, so they're comfortable defending deep. They have a lot of reps at this. So part of being good at defending deep is that you defend the box well. Numbers, who you release into channels, who you don't, aerial duels, stepping out and blocking crosses, blocking shots. So when you see that, then it's, how do you get clear shots, upgrading your shot, extra passes, movements to create space, and they did a good job blocking shots. But Austin's another team last week that did a good job at that. So every team in the world, when they defend low that are good, it's hard to crack that code. So you guys got to make the play, and you got to find little ways on set pieces, things like this.
We have time for just a few more here.
Coach, Teddy and Reggie seem to be really finding a groove on that right side over the last couple of games. More than that, it also seems like they're kind of showing the most fire, emotion in some of these difficult stretches in the game. What have you seen from them, both tactically and on the field, but also kind of as emotional leaders out there?
Yeah. So Koo, who else? Ted, Reggie. Yeah, they're developing a nice partnership. Koo, you can see, is a guy that's powerful. He can if he gets running with the ball, he can create distance, and he's comfortable in those moments. With Koo, he's still early in the process with us. We're getting his fitness going, the sharpness. He's an interesting young player. We like the ability that he shows in the final third, and he's putting a lot into things. You can see it. And Reggie is in a good way. It's just that partnership is looking pretty good over there. So we're going to keep trying to develop that, and Koo's going to get on the scoreboard and is going to help us get goals. We just got to need those things to come sooner than later.
Sam Vines, obviously, with his first start tonight in a while. Just what have you seen from him in training lately? What did you think of him tonight? Almost had a goal, set up the shot from Hoffa that got saved.
Yeah, I've said the internal competition is strong in our team, and it makes the decisions tough to who to go with. Sam he's been steadily pushing hard, and I think it made Jackson better. So Jackson pushing and getting the minutes and showing up makes Sammy Vines better. So I thought on the night Sam Vines gave us a lot with the ball, a lot in attack. His positions that he took were high up the pitch. Some of the crosses were dangerous. Defensively, I thought he was strong. So I think I think he gets high marks on the night for me, and we'll look to build on that with him.
All right.
Chris,
and the last one here. Go ahead.
Soccer is not played in a vacuum. We've seen fan bases such as Nashville and now LA being affected by certain externalities. We'll say we've seen statements from teams like the Chicago Stars. What's the mood in the locker room with the international players, and what are you as a coach and the organization doing to circle the wagons around particularly our black and brown players?
So yeah, please tell me the clearest question. Give me the direct question. What is your question to me?
How are the immigrants in the locker room doing, and how is the team supporting them?
Yeah, it's a good question, and it's like our club. We stand behind. I mean, obviously, what you're talking about, and in our club, especially in our locker room, because that's what I see every day. It's inclusive. It's very supportive, and this is something that we are open and we talk about this, right? Open and very open with lots of the players that feel strongly about that issue. So it's one of the things that makes me proud to be their coach, and part of the organization that stands strong on this issue. So yeah, I could say that we're no issues on the inside, but we're just fully aboard and behind that. There are no issues there.